Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Donoran Monologue podcast. We are finishing out talking about Pokemania and its original impact in the U.S. However, we won't be talking about that today because we are going to be talking about the lasting legacy of that impact and how I truly believe it was Nintendo's plan, and we are living in the fruition of the greatest marketing campaign in the history of media. And before I go any further, I do want to thank our longtime sponsor, longtime friend of the show, Ashley Luann Kay. You can find her on Instagram at The Minnesota Nurse, all lowercase, all one word, and that is again on Instagram. Check out her content. She's got a very fun Instagram feed. So guys, today we're talking about where Pokemania is at today, and honestly, it hasn't really gone anywhere. It's still incredibly extreme. A Pokemon game being released is still the biggest thing that can happen for a Nintendo. I think we're all comfortable saying that, right? Like, it's the biggest thing that can happen for a Nintendo handheld is a new generation of Pokemon, a new main game, and even I think we're tons and tons of side games. In fact, one of the most exciting news that we've heard here at Donoran about a new game coming out is Pokemon Snap. I think we're all super excited about a new Pokemon Snap. The Torterra in the trailer, oh my god, that got me. That really got me. For the first thing I want to cover, the first thing I decided I want to cover in this is that Pokemon has become a huge component of changing the way we look at Hollywood adaptations of movies. Did anyone else in here see Detective Pikachu? It was legit good. It was so good. Like, Don, you'd love it. You would legitimately love it. Adam, did you watch Detective Pikachu? You need to watch it. Anyway, Detective Pikachu, it was a legit good movie. It was a lot of fun. It was what I wanted in that movie. It was so much fun sitting with my son and his friend, and we were picking out the Pokemon that were popping up and everything. It's a blast. Check the movie out. But so, and then of course, a few years after that, we got the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which they actually went back and fixed after they didn't present us with a very cool one to begin with. So now we have a very cool one, and it's done very well in the box office, and I don't think it could have if Detective Pikachu hadn't made it okay to make a video game movie. So that's major, because we used to hate video game movies. In fact, I still maintain that the Prince of Persia adaptation was not a bad summer blockbuster action movie. Now, is it high art? Is it Citizen Kane? No, but it's a fun movie. But we didn't want that because it was a video game movie. I still think the Warcraft movie was decent. You guys liked the Warcraft movie, didn't you? I think it was decent as a summer. Again, it's not high art. You're watching an action movie. I thought it was decent, but we couldn't accept that. But for whatever reason, we could accept Detective Pikachu. Why? Because it was Pokemon. And because we have been conditioned our entire lives as millennials to like Pokemon. And it's the only it's the only thing I've been conditioned to think my whole life that I actually fully agree with when I take an objective look at it. I have to catch them all. As a 34-year-old man, it is still my life's mission to catch them all. So Pokemon can weather bad press. It can weather a lackluster release, because let's face it, Sun and Moon were lackluster releases. Pokemon made it through because we love Pokemon, and Pokemon Sun and Moon weren't bad games. They just weren't what we wanted. Sword and Shield, they did the ultimate sin of not allowing a full national dex. People were furious over it. We're getting a lot more comfortable with it now. We like them a lot more now. I'm actually playing through Shield again, and I'm loving it all over again. I'm doing the Isle of Armor DLC. The card game is still, if you go to the card aisle in your local store, like your Walmart or something, Pokemon is still the most prominently displayed one, even over Magic the Gathering, the granddaddy, and probably the one more popularly played in the area, to be honest, because most people will just buy Pokemon cards to collect. Pokemon typically gets its own Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct will typically do a Pokemon Direct. It'll dedicate one to it. We just had a big release just last week of Pokemon Unite, a MOBA. So Pokemon's even getting to the MOBA arena, an extremely competitive arena. For a little bit of perspective on this, Blizzard couldn't hack it in the MOBA arena, and MOBAs are based on a mod of their game, Warcraft 3. They couldn't even make it. So for Pokemon to go into it, that's pretty bold. And I've said this before, but I think all of us at Donoran here agree. So long as Nintendo maintains that they're making a casual MOBA, I think they're going to do just fine. Pokemon's we got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. They did a remake of the original one for the Switch. It's selling. If you go into the Switch and you go to eShop and you go to most popular, which tells you what's selling the best. I'll bet 5 of those games right now are Pokemon. I'll almost guarantee it. It's just remember how mad we were about Byleth? We were all furious about Byleth being in Smash Brothers. No one cares that there's like 28 Pokemon. If they come out with a Pokemon DLC character, we're all going to be hype. Like, in fact, Galarian Slowbro, give him to me. I will take a Galarian Slowbro in Smash. The power of Pokemon is hard to it's hard to describe Pokemania. It's still hard to describe the lasting power because I don't really know why it stayed this popular throughout the ages. I don't. In fact, I can't tell you the last time I heard Gotta Catch 'Em All using the marketing. They don't even need to tell you anymore. They don't. They don't need to tell you that you have to catch them all because you just know. You intrinsically and instinctually know on a very primeval level. It's like it's like the ancient reptilian brain in Disco Elysium, like, gotta catch 'em all, baby. There's just something very deep-seated inside of us because it's almost like Pokemania was a psyop. Like, the CIA allied with the Japanese government. It was like, listen, distract the children. And they're like, we got it covered. We'll call our boys at Nintendo. We'll take care of this. But I'm not even mad about it. Like, it's fun. I still legit have so much fun with it. And I think the point is that there's not an end in sight. Because as much as everyone griped about Sword and Shield, Adam, I mean, you saw the sales figures. They still did pretty well. And there's no way to look at... Adam, the second tightest person I know with money, actually bought the double pack, which it was a full 120, wasn't it? Yeah. So you're not really getting a discount on the games. There was no bundle discount. You're still paying the full price. But there's just something very unique about Pokemon. Digimon has tried to capture that lightning. It can't. Monster Rancher tried to circumvent it, but it couldn't. There's just something specific about Pokemon. And I think one of the most important things we need to talk about with the legacy of Pokemania is Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go, the summer it came out, was gigantic. It makes them the most money. And everyone played it. There are moms that I work with, like just 40-year-old moms, probably her favorite hobby before Pokemon Go was drinking a bottle of wine on Sunday. Like, loves Pokemon Go. People play it all the time. People at my job were getting in trouble. People you would never expect to play in video games for playing Pokemon Go at work. Adam was at the hospital at the time, and I think you said you had a meeting about people, how they should stop playing Pokemon Go at work. Yep, nurses. And of course, we'll never, ever forget the most important bit of political news of the 2016 election, getting the kids to Pokemon Go to the polls. That's going in the history books, people. It was... I remember gas stations selling Team Valor, Team Mystic, and Team what's the other one? Valor, Mystic, and Instinct. And Instinct t-shirts. You still see the bumper stickers everywhere. And every summer, people get back into it, which is weird because I get back into it every summer, and there's just fire Pokemon everywhere because it's hot outside. So, I mean, it's cool. You get you get an Infernape out of it, but, like, on that, I don't really... I'm not a huge fan of Pokemon Go, but the Pokemon mobile games have blown up because of it. There's a game called... Check out. Go to your App Store. Go to your Google Play Store. There's a game called Magikarp Jump, where you train your Magikarp to jump the highest. And you have a league where you compete against other people trying to get your Magikarp to jump the highest. And it is hypnotically fun. It really is. This is the legacy of Pokemon. There's a gacha game now, Pokemon Masters. Just a classic gacha. Just a classic Japanese gacha that's a lot of fun to play. We now have Pokemon Cafe, Pokemon Unite coming out. Pokemon is still everywhere, but it doesn't feel as big, maybe because it's not new. But in so many ways, that makes it bigger, because it's not that it's new, it's just a part of our life now. And so when new Pokemon stuff comes out, we're excited about it, but we still expected it, because it's just something that we do. So, I think that's my thesis statement for the day, is Pokemon was so successful in that initial campaign, that initial marketing campaign, that it just became a part of our lives. And that's why we're still talking about it 22 years later here in America. And we're certainly talking about it 24 years later in Japan. So, guys, I think I'm going to get off here. I'm going to pick Incineroar and try and get good with him on Smash Brothers. So you already know the drill. You've been listening all week, hopefully. Hit up the socials. Like, share, and subscribe. The trinity there of getting videos out. Because, guys, if you're enjoying this, I know you'll have friends that will. I think we're putting out a lot better stuff each time we do it. We're working today on some really cool Patreon exclusive content. So, guys, get in on that Patreon. Become part of the boys, man. And that's a gender-neutral term for these purposes. We have a merch store. And I strongly encourage you to check out the Discord if nothing else. We're having a blast on the Discord. It's just a cool place to talk about video games. And but of course, as always, guys, stay safe until the next time we see you.